Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The whispers are growing louder in Miami, and this time, they're not about the ocean breeze or the nightlife on South Beach, no. These whispers are about something far more dramatic for the Dolphins organization. The future of their franchise quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. What once looked like a dream pairing between a young, accurate passer and one of the most explosive receiving duos in football is now starting to show cracks as the Dolphins sit at 3-7. And Tua leads the league in interceptions. Questions about his long-term future in Miami are no longer taboo. In fact, they're now front and center. And according to recent speculation from ESPN's Dan Graziano, the Dolphins might already have their eyes on a potential replacement, none other than Arizona Cardinals signal caller Kyler Murray, a former No. 1 overall pick whose own career has been filled with flashes of brilliance and frustration in equal measure. It's a fascinating scenario to imagine, to former first-round picks, both immensely talented but both struggling to find consistency, potentially swapping destinies. Tua, the cool CALM pocket operator whose timing-based passing once made Miami look unstoppable. Murray, the electric improvisational dynamo whose legs and arm talent have made him one of the league's most exciting and at times, most polarizing players on paper. This kind of quarterback shuffle almost feels like something out of a Madden franchise mode simulation, but as the NFL has shown us time and time again, truth often ends up stranger than fiction. Let's start with the situation in Miami. The Dolphins came into the 2025 season with playoff ambitions. They were supposed to be contenders, not pretenders, with an offense loaded with speed, Tyreek Hill, HILL and WADDLE, and a backfield that could outrun most defensive units in the league. This was supposed to be Tua's year to cement himself as the long-term face of the franchise. But instead of taking that next step, Tua has taken a sharp step backward. His decision-making has regressed. His turnovers have skyrocketed. And the once laser-sharp chemistry with his receivers seems off-kilter. For a quarterback whose success depends so heavily on rhythm and anticipation, even the smallest disruption in confidence or timing can spell disaster, and that's exactly what we're seeing play out on the field right now. No one can question Tua's toughness or his determination. The guy has battled through adversity ever since his college days at Alabama. He's fought through hip surgery, concussions, and relentless public scrutiny about his size and arm strength. He's had moments where he looked like the guy. Think of that blistering stretch in 2022 when Miami's offense looked unstoppable and Tua was leading MVP conversations. But the NFL doesn't run on moments, it runs on consistency, and in that department, Tua just hasn't delivered. Injuries have always been a dark cloud hanging over his career. 3 diagnosed concussions, plus a history of missing games due to various other ailments, have made it impossible for him to develop the kind of durability teams crave in a franchise quarterback. In his 6 NFL seasons, he's played more than 13 games only once. That's a staggering stat for a player expected to lead a playoff-caliber roster deep into January. The timing of this potential quarterback question couldn't be more intriguing, because Miami's front office is in transition. Chris Grier, the general manager who extended Tua with a hefty contract before the 2024 season, is no longer with the organization. When the guy who believed in you enough to pay you big money is gone, your leash instantly gets shorter. New leadership often means a new direction. And if the Dolphins brass believes Tua has plateaued, or worse, regressed, they might look to make a bold move at the most important position in sports. And that's where Kyler Murray enters the chat. Murray's situation in Arizona has been just as complicated, though for very different reasons. Ever since he entered the league as the top overall pick in 2019, he's been a walking highlight reel, dazzling with his legs, launching perfect deep balls on the run, and creating chaos for defenses that dare to underestimate his escapability. But with the highs have come plenty of lows. The Cardinals have managed only one winning season with Murray at the helm. He's battled injuries, clashes with coaching staffs, and the ever-present narrative that his leadership style doesn't inspire the locker room. Add to that a massive contract that Arizona might soon regret, and suddenly the idea of moving on from him doesn't sound so crazy. According to Graziano, the belief around the league is that if the Cardinals can't trade Murray, they might actually release him before the 2027 guarantees in his contract kick in next March. That's a bombshell in itself. considering Murray was once viewed as the face of the franchise, but the NFL moves fast. And loyalty is a rare commodity when millions of dollars are on the line. If Arizona does decide to part ways with their quarterback, that would open the door for a handful of quarterback-needy teams, and Miami could easily find itself near the top of that list. The logic is simple. Kyler Murray, despite his flaws, offers something that Tua does not: pure improvisational playmaking. When the pocket collapses, Murray turns chaos into opportunity. He can make throws off platform, extend plays with his legs, and force defenses to defend every blade of grass. For a head coach like Mike McDaniel, who's known for his creative offensive mind, the idea of pairing that kind of dynamic quarterback with his explosive receiving cores might be too tempting to pass up. Imagine Tyreek Hill catching passes from a quarterback who can buy time, roll out, and deliver bombs on the run. It's a scary thought for defensive coordinators across the AFC, of course. This wouldn't be a risk-free move for Miami. Murray comes with his own baggage. He's had his share of injuries, including a torn ACL that sidelined him for nearly a full season. There have been concerns about his film study habits and his commitment to leadership. His relationship with the Cardinals' front office deteriorated so badly that the team literally inserted a study clause into his contract at one point, a clause that was later removed after public backlash. Those aren't the kinds of issues teams want to inherit when they're trying to establish a winning culture. But talent tends to make teams forget a lot of things, and Murray's talent is undeniable. So where does this leave the Dolphins? Stuck between potential and reality, between loyalty and logic. The NFL has no patience for mediocrity at the quarterback position. Teams either have the guy or they don't, and right now, Miami is staring at the uncomfortable possibility that Tua just isn't that guy. The organization has invested heavily in building around him. They've given him weapons, a creative offensive system, and the full public backing of ownership. But sometimes, even when everything is set up for success, it just doesn't click. The turnovers, the injuries, the inconsistency, they've all added up to a team that feels stuck in neutral. What makes this potential move even more compelling is how both quarterbacks could benefit from a change of scenery. Murray, in Miami, could thrive in a system that plays to his strengths. The Dolphins' quick hitting, motion-heavy offense would open up easy reads and allow him to take shots downfield without forcing throws into traffic. Meanwhile, a player like Tua could find a fresh start somewhere else, perhaps with a franchise that values his accuracy and leadership in a slower-paced defensive environment. Sometimes all it takes is a change in environment to unlock a player's full potential. And both of these quarterbacks might be nearing that point in their careers. The Dolphins fan base, of course, is divided. Some still believe Tua can bounce back, that this season is just a blip, and that stability is better than chasing the next shiny object. Others argue that Miami can't waste another year of Tyreek Hill's prime, waiting for Tua to figure it out. The NFL window for contention is brutally short, and teams that hesitate often end up regretting it. With a roster that's ready to win now, patience might not be an option the Dolphins can afford. As we move deeper into the season, all eyes will be on Tua's performance. Every throw, every decision, every drive will be dissected through the lens of his future in Miami. If he manages to steady the ship and spark a late-season turnaround, he might silence the doubters, at least for now. But if the struggles continue, don't be surprised if the rumors about Kyler Murray heat up even more. Because in a league where headlines move faster than defenses, the next big quarterback storyline is always just one bad game away. And so, as Miami tries to navigate its turbulent season, one question looms larger than all the others. Is Tua Tagovailoa still the future of the Dolphins? Or is he about to become part of the past? The answer might come sooner than anyone expects. And if that answer turns out to be no, then don't be shocked if Kyler Murray, the dynamic, unpredictable, once franchise cornerstone of the Arizona Cardinals, finds himself wearing aqua and orange, ready to rewrite his own story under the bright lights of South Florida. Because in the NFL, reinvention isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week? Word on the street is that Miami might be about to light up the NFL like never before, and the buzz is coming from South Beach straight to the headlines. The 305 is already a city known for its heat, but what we might be seeing this season could make it feel downright volcanic. Rumors are swirling, and insiders are whispering about an electrifying move That could change the Dolphins' offense forever. OBJ, yes, Odell Beckham Jr., the superstar wide receiver who has been a free agent, is reportedly in talks to join forces with none other than Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Imagine it, a receiving trio with the speed, agility, and raw playmaking talent to strike fear into defenses across the league. Miami fans, if this comes to fruition, you might want to hold onto your hats, because this isn't just a signing, it could be a spectacle, a showcase, a full-on Showtime experience that brings back memories of dynasties past. The whispers started quietly, but once the names started being mentioned together, it felt almost too good to be true. Tyreek Hill, known for his blazing speed and uncanny ability to turn a short pass into a game-breaking play, has already redefined what it means to stretch the field. He's the kind of player who doesn't just rack up stats, he demands attention. Every cornerback, every safety, every defensive coordinator knows that when Hill is on the field, something unpredictable is going to happen. And now, add OBJ into the mix, a player who has made highlight reels a regular occurrence since he entered the NFL. His knack for circus catches, his hands seemingly glued to the football, and his flair for performing in high-stakes moments makes him not just a weapon, but an entertainer. And let's not forget Jalen Waddle, the young phenom drafted 6th overall by Miami in 2021. Waddle's combination of speed, route running precision, and chemistry with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa makes him a perfect complement to Hill and, hypothetically, OBJ together. These three could create the most feared receiving corps in football today, but the plot thickens, because the NFL is nothing if not a league of strategy, cap space, and timing. OBJ is currently a free agent, which means nothing is guaranteed yet. Rumor has it that his agent has been in backroom discussions with Dolphins management, exploring not just the possibility of a signing, but how such a move could reshape the entire offensive identity of the team. Miami's offense has been evolving, but there's talk among insiders that adding OBJ could finally push them from being great into something historically dangerous. Some league analysts are already speculating that this could force defensive coordinators across the NFL to rethink their schemes entirely. Imagine the headaches caused by a three-pronged attack, where every receiver is capable of breaking a game open on any given play. That's the kind of nightmare scenario defenses would have to prepare for. And that's exactly why this rumor has caught fire. Fans are already imagining the on-field chemistry, pictured to a dropping dimes to Hill streaking down the sideline, Waddle slicing through defenders on short, precise routes, and OBJ making gravity-defying catches that become instant memes and highlight reels. It's not just football, it's theater. Some say the Dolphin Stadium could become the epicenter of NFL excitement, a place where every game feels like a must-watch event. The 305 might already be known for music, nightlife, and culture, but this potential lineup could put Miami on the football map in a way the city hasn't experienced since the Dan Marino era. And while nothing is official, sources close to the Dolphins organization are hinting that negotiations are progressing faster than anyone expected. This has set social media ablaze, with fans speculating endlessly about jersey numbers, starting lineups, and what this means for Tua's role as quarterback. Could we see him reach new heights with this receiving talent at his disposal? Many insiders seem to think so. Tyreek Hill's background adds another layer of intrigue. From Garden City Community College to the University of Oklahoma and later West Alabama, Hill's journey has been one of consistent growth and adaptation. He's proven himself at every level, and joining forces with players of similar pedigree like Waddle and potentially OBJ could create an environment where talent multiplies exponentially. Jalen Waddle, a University of Alabama product, was a standout with the Crimson Tide, and his transition to the NFL has been nothing short of electric. Waddle's speed and agility, combined with Hill's explosive playmaking and OBJ's flair for dramatic catches, could result in a trio that defenses simply cannot contain. And let's not underestimate the locker room dynamics. Sources suggest that OBJ, when he is on his game, brings energy, charisma, and a competitive edge that can ignite a team's culture in ways stats alone cannot measure. But, as always in the NFL, rumors are just that, rumors. Free agency is a treacherous landscape where deals can fall apart at any moment, and the Dolphins front office knows this all too well. Contract details, cap space, and injury histories all come into play, and there are still hurdles to overcome before fans can truly celebrate. Yet, the very fact that talks are happening and the names are being floated together, has already created a sense of anticipation that is almost tangible. Miami, a city already alive with energy, might soon have a reason to collectively hold its breath and imagine what a true Showtime offense looks like in 2025. Every analyst, every fan, every social media thread seems to be buzzing with possibilities. Will OBJ sign? How will the chemistry develop? Can Miami handle the star power without disrupting the team's balance? These are the questions everyone is asking, and each one adds fuel to the rumor fire. Imagine the headlines if this comes true. Miami's receiving trio could rewrite the NFL playbook. 305 set to become the epicenter of football entertainment. OBJ, Hill, Waddle. Are the Dolphins building a historic offense? The potential is massive. The storyline's endless. And the speculation has already become a sport in itself, and while no official announcement has been made, insiders hint that a deal could happen sooner rather than later, meaning Miami fans might not have to wait long to witness history in the making. If OBJ joins Hill and Waddle, the Dolphins won't just be another team, they'll be a spectacle, a storyline, and a must-watch event for anyone who loves football, even beyond the field. The impact could ripple through the NFL, ticket sales could skyrocket, merchandise would fly off the shelves, and social media chatter would reach unprecedented levels. Miami, already a vibrant city, could become the beating heart of the NFL, drawing attention from casual fans, analysts, and celebrities alike, and for the players, the opportunity to create moments, break records, and leave a legacy together might be tempting to pass up. There's a feeling, a sense of inevitability among some insiders, that if all the stars align, the Dolphins' offense could become one of the most talked about in the league for years to come. The potential synergy between Tua, OBJ, Hill, and Waddle could redefine what it means to be a modern NFL offense. So, while nothing is set in stone and free agency is notoriously unpredictable, the rumor mill in Miami is hotter than ever. OBJ joining Hill and Waddle isn't just a possibility, it's become the talk of the town. The dream scenario fans are sharing online, and a storyline that could dominate sports media if it comes true. And even if, for some reason, the deal doesn't materialize, the speculation alone has already reinvigorated the Dolphins fan base, giving hope, excitement, and a taste of what could be a historic transformation. Showtime on the 305 isn't just a catchy phrase anymore, it's a tantalizing possibility. A narrative that could become reality, and the kind of buzz every city wishes it could generate. In short, Miami might just be on the verge of something extraordinary. And everyone from South Beach to the farthest corners of the NFL is watching, waiting, and imagining the impossible. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!